Hi, this is my 2022 Triumph Speed Twin, and today I'm installing new turn signals for the front and as well for the back. I've already done the back ones. These are from Brogue Motorcycles. And what Brogue does, it's they buy these, I guess, they get these, and then they wire them so they're quick connect. Same with the front. From Motor Gadget, they're all pre-wired, so you put them in. And you may need a resistor if you do all four. I'll get to that later. When you do put these in, you gotta go here. There's a sequence where you hold everything in and then you change a number here. But I didn't do a full video on taking this off because if you watch the video for Brogue, it's straightforward. Basically, all this comes out. There's a whole bunch of little hex screws. You can see where they are here. That needs to come out. The one thing you have to be careful is these stupid little things that go along the long bolts that are in the bike. Just make sure you don't lose those. But otherwise, it's just taking off all these little screws and then loosening this off, and this just goes down, and then getting these in. It can be a pain to take these out. There might be red Loctite or something, the way they go in. But other than that, it's straightforward enough watching a video to do that. The key is here, it's the front. So to get to the front, and this is where maybe if I need to install these resistors, Brogue sells them, they're all pre-wired. I'll install them in here, there's more room. You just 2 bolts here. And then you think, okay, it's loose, let me whack this off. Oh, no. There's a clip right in here. So I'm just gonna show you what to do so you don't break anything. Okay, so what you need to do, you got this, and there's a little locking mechanism here. So what it is, it's actually a sort of slider. So it's this goes in, you got to take this and rotate it to the right, and off it comes. When you put it back in, rotate it to the left. You'll get the hang of it, but rotate it to the right, and there it goes, just like that. And that's how you take that off. So once you take that off, you can lean it over. Now you'll see this part being plugged in here. That is just a connector, so you pry that off, and that's it. And maybe some dielectric grease here, I don't know what that is. And then this white wire here then is easier to come out. It's just a little pin. It helps if you have something like a tiny little hex key to push in the tab and release it. I think that's for the daytime riding light here, and that's the main one. But we need to get this all loose in order to get to the turn signals. And there we go. And basically these are the wires that we want to disconnect here. So that you can pull out of there, disconnect, do all that, and then take these off, and then I'll show you that install once it's all done. So these little clips here, it helps to get a little screwdriver, and just if you stick that underneath, you can see there's a little gap here. So in that gap, stick the screwdriver, pull up, and try to pull out one side, then do the same on the other side. All right, the next step is to get these out. What I did is I took that out because it's so tight in there to get to that. That's a 5mm hex. So the bolts here holding the casing, they're a 12mm, and all you gotta do once you put it back in is torque it to about 10 Newton meters or whatever you wanna do with it. But the service manual calls for 10 Newton meters. So now I can get to these bolts to take that out. By the way, one note, you might have, of course, now that I took out the screws, it's out of alignment. I did not think of that. If you're going to do that, you might want to put some sort of tape or mark to show where your bucket was. Otherwise, you'll probably need to just kind of put it, somewhere and figure out at night where it's supposed to be. I missed that part, so don't be a dumbass like I was. So with the bike started, the load resistor does need to be put in. All right, to access these modes, what it says to do is hold the info button right here, and then you turn on the ignition right here. On the screen appears that, so the type. And Usually, if there's, depending on how they flash, you can change these types, basically. Like front only, maybe it's type 4. All the way around with turn signals, it's it could be maybe type 3. So let's see if type 3 does any sort of difference. Okay, it's all put together. Just a little note, when you're putting this in, you know, there's bolts all the way back here and here. Those can be a pain. What I would do is kind of, don't put these in, just lightly stick these in, and then it'll be easier just to put that in, because you can see how you have to guide it through here. The top of the bolt is here, so that makes it easier. Oh, by the way, Brogue also makes a nice helmet holder. And with the resistor, all is well. So you have to put one on each lead. I did it in front, but on each lead. Here's the other light. Yeah, it shines just fine.